Good afternoon, this is Charles Kelly, reporting here from London. I'm the author of the book, Yes, Money Can Buy You Happiness, and I do these podcasts. I've done over 300 episodes now, giving you lots of free information. So if you do enjoy this, please like and subscribe, share the information to give more people this great free content. Now, today we had what's called a budget in the UK, where the Chancellor of the Exchequer, the guy who's in charge of the purse strings, the money strings, and he is Rishi Sunak, and he will outline his spending plans for the next sort of coming fiscal year. In fact, it's his second budget of the year. Taxes have already gone up, by the way, income taxes, effectively. So he's laying out some plans this year. Now, the good news is the economy in the UK is growing a bit faster than we thought. The Bank of England is predicting over 7%, but inflation is rising. He did confirm that inflation may go up to 4% by the end of the year and could stay like that until the middle of next year. So they're going to do something about that, and interest rates will probably rise quite soon, maybe in the next couple of weeks. So what is a budget? It's a way of, they say, well, we'll cut taxes on this, but we'll increase taxes on that. So we'll give with one hand, we'll take with the other. So it swings and roundabouts in terms of how much you or I can benefit from this. There are groups who will benefit significantly, and I've laid down some of those people who will. Businesses who are in hospitality will get a business rate relief of 50% for a year to help them out of a very tough time in the last couple of years. So that's a bit of good news. But in reality, most people won't see that much difference to their pocket. What will make a difference is the amount that we are spending on this going green issue, this environmental issue, and the amount of tax that's going to have to be raised to spend that. The amount of money we'll have to spend replacing our cars when the Mayor of London decides to increase the no drive zone further out. Well, no drive unless you've got some new car, an electric car. But for millions of people who haven't got a new car, maybe got an older car or a diesel car, no, if you want to drive into this part of London, it's £12.50 a day. That's not the central London congestion charge. They've extended it out 7 or 8 miles to the North and South Circular now. So that's the kind of cost of living rises that you are going to see that will affect you more than, say, this budget or a little tax cut here or there. That's my belief. The other thing that will affect you is how the economy is going, so it's important they keep that going. And inflation, of course, will affect you because that is devaluing the money that's in your pocket and in your bank account. So inflation is a big thing that you should think about. It hasn't been on the lips of many people in the last few years because inflation has been low, but it's coming back with a vengeance. And although we're talking about 4% by the end of the year, if it was counted like it used to be counted, it would probably be over 10% now. And we know from going in the shops that stuff is already going up by more than 4%, maybe 5 or 6%, sometimes 10%. Look at the cost of fuel and petrol and natural gas. It's going through the roof, let alone 4%, forget 4%. So what will that mean? Workers will want more pay. He's already agreed to put up the minimum wage by 6.9%, or the national living wage. He's already agreed that he will give a pay rise to the millions of people who work for the state, for the government, or work but paid for by the taxpayer. They'll get a pay rise. So who's going to pay for this? Obviously, taxpayers. Taxes will have to cover that in some way or another. So it's giving with one hand, taking with the other. But there are 6 areas that could be affected if you fall into these. If you're on universal credit benefit, that's 4 or 5 million people in this country. Yes, on benefits, even if you're working. They're going to change things so that there'll be more incentive to go to work. At the moment, if you work part-time and then you do some extra hours over that part-time hours, they take it away from your benefits. So that's no incentive to work, and I can't blame people for not doing it. The inflation will be looked at. I think they're going to take measures to keep that down. Fuel duty has not been increased this year. But fuel, the cost of petrol at the pumps, 60% of that is tax. So you can see how much tax we pay in the UK. Minimum wage increase, £8.91 up to £9.50, 6.6% pay rise. Where's that going to be paid for? Businesses are going to have to pay it, aren't they? Businesses will be paying people. A lot of people on minimum wage are in small hospitality businesses, care homes. They're going to have to find that money from somewhere and pass it on maybe to the consumer. There's a bit of a tweaking on alcohol duty. Draft beer could become cheaper, as will sparkling wine. We make great sparkling wine in the UK. If you ever come to the UK, do buy our English sparkling wine. It's better than some of the champagnes in France. Tax, as I said, has already been increased. He said that he wants to reduce taxes before the end of this parliament. In other words, by the next election when we come to vote for him. Sorry to be a bit cynical there. Cost of flying, domestic flights will be cut, long-haul flights will go up. Money lessons and children, there'll be extra funding for projects supporting young parents, and kids will get some sort of money or some fund to help them with numeracy skills, money skills. A lot of children leave school without any financial knowledge, and they leave school not really having a clue. There'll be other money spent. Billions of pounds are going to be spent on building new affordable homes, and that will be, all these things are introduced over the next few years, and there'll be a new visa scheme to attract the brightest and best into the UK. Now, if you're thinking, well, what can I do? I've saved all I can, I've economised all I can, but I just can't seem to make ends meet. Well, there's a recurring income summit coming up in a couple of days' time, which will show you how you can build a little side hustle, maybe online, maybe offline, but it will cover a wide range of things. It's not just about making money on social media. It can be about property. It can be about all sorts of things where you can make a little bit of money without giving up your job, without risking everything to start a business, but just making a bit of money on the side to build up a little nest egg for yourself, and maybe even eventually replace your full-time job. If you're in a job that you don't like, for instance, not everyone is, but if you are, then this could be the thing for you, because you might be able to leave that job straight away, but you might be able to build up a little bit of income on the side so that you can eventually fire your boss, if that's the term. There'll be loads of good speakers there. Rob Moore, there's another guy here, Kevin Gaskell, former CEO of Porsche, BMW and Lamborghini. Kevin McDonald, no money down property specialist. Paul O'Mahony, Simon Coulson. Paul O'Mahony is a sort of a guru of mine. He wrote the book Rethink Social Media. Very good speaker, and he's also got many great ideas. And as a bonus, you'll get a copy of a book called How to Work Once and Earn Forever. I love that. How to Work Once and Earn Forever. Most of us work once and work once and work again and again and again. You'll get that as a downloaded report just for registering for this free event. So do register. I'll put a link up there, and enjoy it and learn from it. And who knows, you could be building that income very, very soon. Thanks for listening. This is Charles Kelly bringing you money tips to help you save, earn, invest, accumulate, and enjoy more money. Thanks a lot.